City as the Honorable Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, prepares to welcome distinguished leaders from the Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, and ASEAN member states. The summit represents a deepening of cooperation between Southeast Asia and the Gulf, strengthening ties in areas of economy, diplomacy, security, and cultural exchange.
From the state of Kuwait, a nation with a proud diplomatic legacy and a steadfast advocate of global cooperation, Emir Sheikh Sabah Al Khalid Al Hamad Al Mubarak Al Sabah. Walking aside is the Emir of Kuwait, a leader stepped in diplomacy. Moving towards Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, representing a country known for its measured voice in regional dialogue and humanitarian outreach. Kuwait and Malaysia have long shared values of moderation, peace building, and investment in education sector to economic sustainability. Now, their relationship is enriched by a mutual appreciation of cultural identity, with Kuwait's deep-rooted Islamic traditions resonating warmly with Malaysia's own heritage of faith, tolerance, and unity. Now, as they discuss together and walk, we see not just heads of government, but custodians of values that transcends borders.
And as the current president of the GCC Supreme Council, His Highness plays a key role in shaping the direction of this important regional bloc. The Honorable Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, personally received His Highness with a warm handshake, a testament to the close diplomatic bonds shared between Malaysia and Kuwait.
Now, over the past day, we've seen robust discussions unfold from strengthening the economic cooperation.
And now, arriving at the venue is His Highness Syed Asad bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and Special Representative of His Majesty Sultan Haitham of Oman. In this matter, Oman has consistently championed diplomacy and regional integration.
Announcing the arrival of His Highness, Deputy Prime Minister.
Malaysia and Oman's connection is defined by cultural kinship, maritime heritage, and growing economic engagement, particularly in logistics, petrochemicals, to education segment. Now, this engagement, this presence, we are entirely reminded that leadership is not always loud, but sometimes it is the calm, steady, and positive hands that guide regions toward enduring peace. This moment itself celebrates Oman's dignified presence and shared aspirations with Malaysia for a harmonious world order. And as a host for Malaysia, not just extend on hospitality, but hope that the summit becomes a catalyst for a meaningful progress, togetherness of connection, the policies discussed, and the rooms translating into impactful action between the two leaders, and more to come. And we hope that the relationships forged today become the foundations of an even more prosperous tomorrow to forevermore.
Malaysia and Oman share warm and steadily growing bilateral relations built on mutual respect, economic cooperation, and cultural exchange. And in diplomatic ties, formal diplomatic relations were established in 1982. Both countries maintain embassies in each other's capitals, a sign of their long-standing diplomatic engagement. And Oman is an important trading partner for Malaysia in the Gulf region. Key areas of exchange include oil and gas, petrochemicals, halal products, construction, and education. Malaysian companies are active in Oman's infrastructure and engineering sectors. The countries also enjoy strong people-to-people ties with Omani students studying in Malaysian universities and ongoing cooperation in Islamic affairs and higher education.
With ASEAN engaging over 10 dialogue partners from China, United States, India, Japan, EU, Russia, Australia to GCC, deepening ties in energy, trade, and education. We're looking into the next agenda of what's coming ahead for the ASEAN Summit as discussions are bring forward.
Representing the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is His Highness Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Prince Faisal brings vast experience in diplomacy, and his role here today reflects the Kingdom's strategic outlook on enhancing cooperation with ASEAN in the fields of energy, investment, and regional stability.
This is a powerful image that symbolizes not just diplomatic alliance, but a spiritual connection fed by millions of Muslims in Malaysia and the whole nation of ASEAN. Saudi Arabia and Malaysia enjoys one of the deepest bonds in the world, bound by culture, religion, to long-standing economic ties. From the cooperation to energy security and investment, this partnership is built on trust and legacy, a walk of faith, respect and shared stewardship of the world, a reminder of the responsibilities and possibilities carried by great leadership of these two nations.
Saudi Arabia plays a central and strategic role in strengthening ties between the Gulf Cooperation Council (GCC) and the ASEAN. As the largest economy and political influencer in the GCC, Saudi Arabia's leadership is key in shaping the direction and depth of interregional cooperation. Saudi Arabia is a founding member of the GCC and often leads initiatives related to diplomacy, economic development, energy, and security. In 2023, hosting of the first GCC ASEAN Summit in Riyadh demonstrated its commitment to expanding Gulf ties with Southeast Asia.
Now from the United Arab Emirates, a dynamic leader in innovation, trade, and sustainability, exemplifying the modern spirit of intercontinental collaboration. This is a huge step forward. As we gather here today, we're welcoming the arrival of His Highness Sheikh Saud bin Sakar Al Qasimi of the United Arab Emirates, UAE. A visionary leader who has redefined global engagement through various innovation, strategic technology, and interfaith harmony.
Ruler of Ras Al Khaimah and the United Arab Emirates.
The United Arab Emirates and Malaysia share a relationship that thrives on trade, education, Islamic finance, and a forward-looking approach to sustainability and economic diversification. This journey, this walk itself, signifies more than just a protocol. It symbolizes the meeting of two nations with bold ambitions. Together, nations that honor their cultural roots while advancing progress with open minds and open hearts. This conversation echoes a shared future of smart cities, climate cooperation, and human capital development.
His Highness Sheikh Saud bin Sakar Al Qasimi, a ruler of Ras Al Khaimah and member of the Federal Supreme Council of the United Arab Emirates. His Highness has been a key figure in driving the UAE's engagement in international cooperation. His presence here today underscores the importance of the UAE places on relations with ASEAN nations.
This is a more globally competitive and seamlessly integrated single market to production center, with a significant increase in the trade and investment to enhance the global supply chains. ASEAN is the industrial and manufacturing hub with dynamic micro to small and medium enterprises. It is the hub and center of excellence that is able to leverage on advances to science, technology, and innovation. And this is a new source of competitiveness, inclusive of all the creative economy, advanced industry, entirely to elevate the economic integration agenda to create a thriving ecosystem for the ASEAN.
And the United Arab Emirates, or UAE, plays a dynamic and forward-looking role in strengthening ties between the Gulf Cooperation Council and ASEAN.
The ideals but achievable realities when nations work in trust and unity. And Malaysia as a host extends not just the hospitality but hope for the
Announcing
future.
the arrival of His Royal Highness, Crown Prince and Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Bahrain.
And arriving now is His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, Crown Prince and Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Bahrain, and known for his leadership in economic reforms and global diplomacy. The Crown Prince's participation signifies Bahrain's commitment to regional peace and economic partnership with Southeast Asia.
Malaysia and Bahrain will continue to deepen cooperation in various sectors, such as higher education, investment, relationships, to halal industries, where tradition blends with global standards. This milestone itself reflects a calm confidence, where two nations united by mutual respect, a passion for progress, and a belief that cultural understanding is the cornerstone of a sustainable partnership. From the corridors of diplomacy to the streets of our cities, from university halls to rural communities, the decisions made here will shape lives across ASEAN and beyond. So as the summit unfolds and the leaders move to plenary discussions to sessions and meetings, let us be reminded that this is more than a gathering. It is a commitment to the people, a pledge to lead not only with power, but with a purpose.
And the second GCC ASEAN Summit is not just ceremonial, it is strategic and future-oriented. It solidifies a partnership that contributes to global balance, economic resilience, and South-to-South cooperation. As the host country, Malaysia plays a vital role in shaping this evolving alliance that brings together over 700 million people
Under the
across
force of arbitrary action.
And now, a significant moment unfolds. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim is seen walking side by side with the GCC leaders into the ballroom. And this powerful entrance marks the unity and shared vision between Malaysia as the host nation and the distinguished leaders of the Gulf Cooperation Council.
With every leader's arrival, every cultural exchange, every bilateral handshake, lies a deeper story, one of trust, transformation, and the unwavering belief that Southeast Asia's future is brightest when shaped together. And as Malaysia continues to host and lead with grace and conviction, we're all reminded that this summit may last days, but its impact will echo for decades. This is ASEAN in motion, and this is the power of partnership in action.
And their arrival together is more than a ceremonial. It is a visual statement of solidarity, mutual respect, and forward-looking collaboration. As they make their way into the hall, they are greeted with anticipation by the assembled delegates, signaling that the GCC ASEAN Summit is ready to proceed to its next important phase. The world now watches closely as history continues to unfold in Kuala Lumpur.
And this right here is where diplomacy lives, not just in formal addresses or pictures, but in this candid, meaningful exchanges between leaders, with conversations to pictures and statements, building the bridges that pave way for trade agreements, educational exchange, and cultural cooperation, as well as, importantly, mutual understanding.
And the leaders now are on stage for official group photograph, powerful visual of regional unity, trust, and ambition. And these portraits will no doubt become part of the history, capturing an important moment of international
hand over the
cooperation.
left. Allow me to count. In 3, 2, 1.
And what we're witnessing now may look like a casual photography, but within these exchanges lie discussions that affect
Thank you, Your
millions.
Excellencies.
Trade routes that boost local economies, tech policies supporting digital equity, partnerships that uplift education and green innovation. The talks, conversations, meetings, showing how ASEAN operates by consensus, mutual benefit from all regions, and always with a view toward the greater good. This is a system built not on power but on partnerships. If you look closely, in the way that leaders lean in to listen, in the way they pause to engage fully, you can see a culture of mutual respect despite the differences they all have. And these quiet moments between official statements, the trust is deepened and partnerships are made real. ASEAN, together with its dialogue partners, thrives because of this very foundation. One rooted not just in policy, but in personal connection. Now, as conversations unfold around the summit halls, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, stands as a trusted intermediary, bringing together perspective, bridging the gaps, to even promoting ASEAN centrality. This role is extremely vital in today's complex geopolitical environment. Between ASEAN, GCC,